Good evening and welcome back. I've got a new deck today and it's called the Practical Witches Spell Deck. It's only a mini one, but just wants to pull a card. Just feel drawn to that witch in me and feels drawn to pull a card. And these cards got given to me today by my son. He said, I saw them and I thought they're perfect for me mum. And I was like, why? He went, because you are a witch. I was like, yeah, you are right. I am a witch and I'm proud to be a witch and I'm proud to have healed the witch wound for my ancestors also. So many years, you know, of rebooting my DNA. And I know that I've healed the witch wound in my ancestral line. They've told me, but I also feel it, you know, because I'm talking about me being a witch. And I'm out of the broom closet, and and I've seen visions of my persecution as a witch. So, and I've healed it, you know, done that work, and this is the spell. Ooh, a spell for wealth. Well, we could all do a bit of that, couldn't we? So, yeah, just a little bit more on the witch wound. So, the witch wound. It's put there, you know, by the powers that be back in the burning times, just to disconnect us, you know, from our connection to source, our intuition, our gifts inside us, our magic inside us. You know, it was to disconnect us from that part of us. So it's patriarchy, hierarchy, suppression, control, fear. They instilled fear into the community. So these women and men, not just women. No, it's not gender specific. No, the men also held this these gifts inside them, you know, and the connection source. So what the ones that so midwives, healers, the ones that was helping their community, they knew that connection source, you know. So they understood the power they held inside them. They understood that the gifts, these spiritual gifts, was you know, everyone had inside of them. So there was healers and midwives and wise women and wise men, and they had to be silenced because the powers that be back in that day could not have this getting out, you know. So just like Mary Magdalene, her voice got took, her powerful teachings of the divine feminine, divine masculine, the coming together of them two energies, balancing them out inside of you, then that creates that rainbow bridge, you know, that connection to earth and heaven, and then that opens you up to your gifts. So your connection source, the divine feminine energy is the connection source, the intuition. They unplugged that. So yeah, I know I've healed my ancestors' witch wound because I'm speaking about me being a witch also. I'm proud to be as well, you know. And yeah, a spell for wealth. So on any Thursday, so what are we on today? It's Wednesday, so tomorrow. So I'll write this down in the info box. I'll write on the video actually, and then off you go with your spell. And so on any Thursday or on the new moon, light your altar candle at midnight and burn frankincense and myrrh incense. Anoint your third eye with essential oil and pray aloud. This offering I make as my blessing to all greatest of gods, Lord, love of the sky, from you all heavenly gifts do fall, most generous of all, you never deny. To you I am grateful, so mote it be. Well, you know, I'll be doing that spell. Yeah, spell for wealth, you know. Yeah, you know, wealth means a lot to, like, different to other people, doesn't it? I believe I've found the wealth, you know. My holy grail. I believe I've found the holy grail, and that's peace. And that's the knowing of I've returned this truth back to me, you know, because I've rebooted my DNA. And that connection, yeah, this card here, yeah, I've returned that connection back to me, to source light, and that's wealth. But yeah, I'm up for a spell. So I'll write that down. So that is, yeah, first I'm going to title this series Practical Witches, the Practical Witches spell deck, yeah. And this is a money spell. Money, money, money. Yeah. So, yeah. The witches are back. I kept getting the song. The witches back. I think it's off Hocus Pocus, isn't it? I've always loved Hocus Pocus. I've always loved practical magic. I've always loved the craft. Makes sense now, you know, to me. But I've always loved films like that. It's in my DNA. I have got witch bloodline in my DNA, you know. I've just healed the wounds of the witch in my ancestral line. So I'm speaking about it. I'm not staying small. I'm showing my gifts, you know. So people that held these gifts back in the burning times, they're being like, no, get burnt, you know, burnt at the stake and get tortured and drowned. It's horrible, horrible, inhumane things that happened because of patriarchy, hierarchy, suppression, silencing, unplugging source light, you know, inhumane, all about power, control, and instilling that fear into the community. Never look outside, you know, never look inside yourself. No, don't you dare go that deep and look inside these strands of DNA. We don't want you connected to source light. No, because if you get connected to the source light, your divine feminine energy, that connects with the divine masculine energy. That's game over for power, game over for control. Because you know that everything you need is inside yourself. So you don't have to go to churches, you don't have to go searching, because it's all in here. So yeah, the witches are back, and we are out of the broom closets, and we're staying out also. So yeah, joy, that just keeps staring at me. Yeah, people might think this is witchy. I don't care. It's not. It's just beautiful remembrance that's returned back to me. You know, DNA level. And I also know I'm very, very protected on my path. So that's that remembrance, you know, that's returned. Yeah, you know, and witches, ground, it's just connected to the earth, you know, Mother Earth. We understood. So for me, I'm connected to sacred geometry, Mother Gaia. Put it down here in my. Let's have a look. Yeah, I wrote a bit of automatic writing down. Yeah, the moon, the stars, the cycles of nature. So I've been out in nature today. I've been grounding. I rarely wear shoes anymore. Just obviously when I go out, I wear shoes. But in my garden, just love being on the earth. Yeah, I'm connected to my intuition. I'm very creative. Love creating. all things. Yeah, force of good. Yeah, we're forces of good, you know. We hold this beautiful magic inside us, every one of us. And we're forces of good, you know. So back in the day, in the burning times, the healers, you know, midwives, men and women that got persecuted for these gifts was forces of good. They was doing good with it. Now the powers that be could not let that happen, you know, because it'd be like ripple as well. So me speaking of these gifts inside myself, I'm creating a ripple. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm a weaver, weave energy. So couldn't allow it. Could not allow that spread, you know, of, yeah, they couldn't allow it to flow. Why? Because so many people have found this truth, the wisdom that they hold inside. Ooh, the DNA, that magic, you know, and then, yeah, they found the voices, and then that just ripples out, you know, and that creates this as well, creates joy in time. Why? Because you know the truth. You found your voice, you know the truth, that you hold all this wisdom inside your DNA. Couldn't allow that to happen, could they? But it's out now, the witches are back, we're all back. Yeah, the elements also, yeah. All connected to that. Oh, excuse me. So I will write that down for you. I'm going to do a witches series, because why not? I'm proud to be a witch. Although I've been called voodoo and hoodoo and she-do and voodoo. All those projections and judgments, you know, because the ones that project and judge, they've not done this. They've not found the truth. They're still being controlled. They're still in that societal programming. Their bloodline, you know, carry on being that. And they'll never find that truth if they don't go DNA level to the healing that's needed, you know. But I don't judge others for judging me, because that's how I keep it going as well, you know. That yeah, no. I've stopped that pattern in my bloodline, and I know that it will not now ripple out to my children and their children. No, I was the ancient soul, the 144, the twin flame, sent here to break it all down, show a different way, and reboot my DNA, find the truth inside of me, speak this truth to others, that they also hold truth inside of them, and they have to go searching for that inside their DNA, and then ultimately they'll find the joy. But yeah, my ancestral bloodline is free of the witch wound, done and dusted, no more witch wound in my family. And that opens doors up, you know. So that it opens doors up for wealth, for happiness, for joy, for abundance. It starts that flow, you know, for what's to come, the generations. So for me, I know that I'm open up to wealth now. I'm in my abundance timeline. So there's not a what's the word? So where's my dam thing? Yeah, so like a dam, you know, stops that water from busting through. Well, I've broke through that, you know. It's flowing now. So that well of abundance, it's well and truly flowing, not just for me, but for the generations to come. My sons, their daughters. Ancestral, it's that deep. And I was the one in my soul, my family, my soul. Yeah, in my soul, yeah. I was the one that bust it wide open. Got that flow flowing. flowing again. Yep. And found my connection source. Now, just want others to find that for themselves. But yeah, best card on the witches. What should we name it? Don't know what's name it. I'll think of a name to title it. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to keep these short and go find your witch. We've all got a little bit of witch inside us, you know. We've all got it inside our DNA. And I'll speak to you soon.